The mission of Valiant Cross Academy is to create leaders who will come back and impact their community. We do that through a lot of love, high expectation, and a rigorous academic culture. Well, being from Montgomery, my brother Fred and I, we always wanted to come back and make an impact here. I've been in education for over 16, 17 years now. A famous quote from Frederick Douglass is, "It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men." And we just wanted to stand in the gap and be father figures and leaders for these young men in our community. In the next 5 years, I see Valiant Cross Academy graduating scholars every year, continuing to develop leaders who are going to be strong men, strong fathers, great citizens here in Montgomery, and they're going to be vested in this community. The one experience that stands out the most to me is one of our young men who is being raised by his grandmother, and she's talking about the role that he has taken on at home. He's stepped up. Not only is he caring for his younger brothers, his other younger siblings, he's also preparing meals, he's cleaning, and most of all, he's a prayer leader in that house. So he's become sort of the spiritual leader of his house, very strong, very firm young man who's been with us since year one. You know, I always want people to know that Valiant Cross is a God thing. We wrote the plans and we saw the vision for the school, but God has just come in and multiplied our plans tremendously. And I'm just blessed and honored to be able to be a vessel for God and to work here at Valiant Cross.
My son has attended Valiant Cross approximately 1 year. Valiant Cross was recommended to me by a friend, and I came down one day and observed the Morning Village. And I knew at that time that this was the school that my child needed to attend. My son has become more enthused and motivated to increase his education. I'm seeing positive signs of him becoming a great success in this world and being a leader. I am very pleased to have my son attend Valiant Cross. This is the first consistent, positive male role models he's had in his life, and I can see the difference in him. And I'm looking forward to the future here at Valiant Cross.
I wanted to be a part of Valiant Cross Academy when I was invited to the school when it first started to open. I think the school had only been around for about 6 months, and I was the Junior League of Montgomery president, and I was invited to the school to kind of see what was happening over here. And the minute that I walked into the door, I was introduced to one of the scholars, and he looked me directly in the eyes and introduced himself and escorted me into the school. And actually, before I went down the stairs, he held his little arm out and wanted me to put my arm in his as he escorted me down the steps. And I knew at that moment I was about to embark on something completely different and unique. The community really is essentially the reason why we're here. So we reach out to them in all sorts of capacities. We want them to work with our young men and volunteer. We want them to enrich their lives and engage them and to be better people and to kind of see the world through their eyes.
I come here on a tour of the schools, and I've seen the great things they were doing, the resources and the leadership of Brock, and I worked with him previously, and he did some things that he always wanted to do, and I just couldn't turn it down. I just seen where we could go and the things that we can do extra in this school system. It was an extraordinary opportunity for me to do some great things that I always wanted to do.
I've been a student here since the beginning. I was one of the first 30 to be admitted to Valiant Cross. It gives me more of a challenge, especially with math and science. It helps me think more and apply myself more. And the fact that we're willing to help people and praise God at the same time, that's really all I need.